This is downtown Kingston, where the rhythm of life pulses through the streets. The sun is high, the air is warm, and the city is alive with energy. Amidst the tropical sun beating down on crowded market streets, one woman's simple dream was about to defy all odds. With just a few oranges in an old blender, Miss Ivy planted a seed of hope that would grow beyond anyone's expectations. Meet Miss Ivy, a woman with a dream as bright as the Jamaican sun, with just a few oranges, a blender, and a whole lot of determination. Every morning before sunrise, Miss Ivy walked miles to the market, her precious oranges carefully balanced on her head. While fancy juice trucks with expensive equipment drew crowds, her simple stand attracted little attention. But Miss Ivy had something they didn't: faith as unshakable as the Blue Mountains. Not everyone believes in Miss Ivy's dream. Some vendors scoff, saying, "A juice stand? In this market? What can she possibly achieve?" But Miss Ivy doesn't let their doubts shake her. She knows that every great tree starts as a tiny seed. Day after day, Miss Ivy pours her heart into her little stand. She wakes up before the sun, buys the freshest oranges, and serves each customer with love. Slowly but surely, her hard work begins to pay off. Her stand grows, one orange at a time. Miss Ivy doesn't just dream, she plans. Every dollar she earns, she reinvests into her business. More oranges, a bigger blender, and a colorful umbrella to shade her customers. Her little stand begins to shine, a beacon of hope in the bustling market. Word spreads quickly in the market. Miss Ivy's juice is the best in Kingston. Customers line up, and even the skeptical vendors begin to take notice. One day, a young man named Marcus asks if he can help. Miss Ivy hires him, and together they serve the growing crowd. The seed is beginning to grow. About a year later, Miss Ivy's little juice stand has blossomed into a thriving business. What started with a few oranges and a blender is now a vibrant juice shop, employing members of the community and bringing joy to countless customers. The seed has grown into a mighty tree. Her challenges began immediately. Bribe-demanding officials and area dons demanded payments she couldn't afford. Jealous competitors spread rumors. The system had declared war on small dreams. Bribe-demanding officials, vendors who suddenly had no oranges to sell. Even the market dogs seemed to growl louder at Miss Ivy's stand. That night, as she counted her last 3 overripe oranges, the voices of doubt hissed louder than the lantern's flame. Give up. But deep in her spirit, her grandmother's proverb rang truer. When man locked door, God opened road. And then, chaos turned chorus. A reckless truck, a divine pothole, a rain of oranges tumbling toward her stand like manna from Montego Bay. The driver, realizing what had happened, looked out his window and shouted, "Jah has provided." The driver's parting words hung in the air like a benediction. Jah provide. Some would call it luck. Miss Ivy knew better. This was harvest season for faith. Word spread faster than bushfire. Miss Ivy's accidental oranges birthed a revolution. Solar panels hummed scripture, "The Lord is my light." Single mothers found wages and dignity. The community began calling it the miracle stand, where faith and hard work mixed sweeter than her famous orange ginger blend. Even the skeptics now whispered, "A so God good, but darkness always stalks light." But success attracts enemies. One terrible night, envious hands with gasoline and matches reduced her stand to ashes. As flames licked her dreams to ashes, Miss Ivy clutched the only page spared. If you have faith like a mustard seed. The rain on her face couldn't extinguish the fire in her spirit. At that point, Miss Ivy made a decision. This wasn't the end. It was just another test of faith. The ashes were still warm when the miracle began. No trumpet fanfare, no angel choir, just Miss Ivy's soot-stained feet planted in the ruins and a seed too stubborn to die. By noon, the market became a cathedral of second chances. To her amazement, the community she had nourished now nourished her dream. The very vendors who once withheld oranges now brought lumber. The baker whose oven survived the fire baked free patties for workers. Strangers became helpers, customers became investors, and her little juice stand became everyone's shared victory. What the fire meant for evil, God recycled for glory. Where one stand burned, 100 women now learn trades. The arsonists, last seen buying sorrel juice at the grand opening. Their shame outlived by grace. Let's take inspiration from Miss Ivy and remember that no dream is too small and no effort is wasted. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories of hope and perseverance.